Oh, yes, yet another episode of the Writing Treasure Trove. And this time we want to see how we go about the introduction, the big question. How do we start? How do I start? Many times people get their pens like this and fail to even write 10 words on paper, yet they want 600 plus words of that descriptive piece. So today we want to see some of those possible options that you can choose from. However, this only comes after prior planning. I told you planning is a vital stage in any writing process. So we have written our plan very well with bullets indicating paragraphs. You remember that bit in our episodes before this. So today we want to see how we can start. But you will allow me to read some bits because I don't have a blackboard here. All I have is the green background you can see. So sometimes I'll read from the paper because I've tried to be as original as possible. Now, there are several ways of starting. I'll use starting, writing an introduction. Number one, you can use a flashback. That is the flashback of your writing. What happened before what you're going to write? You can use setting, that is the physical, the time of your writing. You start by painting a picture of your setting. You can as well use dialogue. However, this dialogue needs to be very interesting in relation to your whole composition. Is it a kind of argument that did bring the menace that followed that you're going to write about? So choose to write about that. Some people use foreshadowing. They foreshadow what will happen. They give you a bit of what should have been said in the future. Okay? So foreshadowing or the climax, someone picks their climax and brings it as their introduction right away. So that way you get a taste, that suspense. I'm using that car. Yeah, forgive that. But suspense that leaves so many questions that will aid further reading. Okay? Because it is really interesting. If your climax is boring, don't start with it. Lastly, we can use characterization, describing your character right away. Delve into actual description as you start. Okay, we shall see each of these in examples so we can tell. But for today, I want us to listen to this, my piece. It might have several mistakes, but writing doesn't stop ever. It gets better and better as we go on. So this is the first one. If someone chooses to use a flashback as their introduction, my composition here is entitled Lesson Learned, and it is meant to give a flashback of my further descriptive writing in this composition. At the entrance to the Sirena, my chauffeur parked the black limousine that I had chosen to cruise in that Saturday. The paparazzi were all over, each trying to capture the winning shot for that Monday's Daily Times. My stylist embarked on making final touches on my makeup. Oh, I felt like Princess Diana resurrected. The door was finally open. You should have seen how I gracefully catwalked the red carpet. The cameras never missing a single moment. I now have a feeling that except me, every surrounding knew it was my last moment of fame. Oh, how life can scorn God's creation. I know you're there wondering. Of course, now you cannot even wonder. You're just getting that spark that is so needed to further your reading into my possible descriptive piece. We are looking at a famous celebrity enjoying a moment of glamour, yeah? But the introduction ends in a way that a bit foreshadows what is to come. Says, I have a feeling now that every other surrounding knew it was my last moment of fame. Oh, how life can scorn God's creation. So, after such a composition, rather an introduction, we expect someone to start giving how things fell apart from grace to grass, because it is evident in the introduction it was this person's last moment. So if you want to give a flashback, that is the way to go. An example given, allow me to make this episode this short so you can try this out on your own. Be as original as possible. Don't try to follow mine because it still needs an editor. Thank you for watching this. More is on the way.